Archangel Michael says, "Beloved soul, there are moments in life when something simple appears before you, yet its timing carries quiet meaning. You may not have been searching for it. You may not even realize why it feels important at first. But something inside you pauses, even if only for a second, and that pause is enough for awareness to begin. This is one of those moments. Not because anything dramatic must happen immediately, but because your heart is ready to listen differently than before. Archangel Michael says, life moves quickly around you. Days fill with responsibilities, conversations, plans, and expectations. In the middle of all that movement, it becomes easy to overlook the quieter parts of your inner world. Yet those quiet spaces are where understanding grows. They are where reflection replaces noise and where clarity begins forming gently. When you give yourself a moment to breathe and notice what is happening within you, something shifts. Your thoughts slow down. Your emotions settle. And suddenly you are able to hear the deeper voice inside you that is usually hidden beneath distraction. Beloved soul, you may wonder why certain messages appear at particular times in your life. The answer is not urgency or pressure. The answer is readiness. You are not the same person you were months ago or even weeks ago. Experiences have shaped you, conversations have influenced you, and reflections have quietly changed the way you see yourself and the world around you. Growth has been happening, even when you did not notice it clearly. Archangel Michael says, when growth reaches a certain point, awareness begins calling for your attention. It is not demanding or forceful. It simply invites you to pause and recognize what has been developing within you. The strength you carry now is deeper than before. The patience you show is more genuine. The way you understand situations has become calmer and wiser. These qualities are signs that your inner world is stabilizing. Beloved soul, this moment matters because it allows you to acknowledge that change. When you recognize your own growth, confidence begins forming naturally. You do not need to compare yourself with others. You do not need constant reassurance. You begin trusting your own perspective more deeply. That trust becomes the foundation for every step you take moving forward. Archangel Michael says, nothing here is meant to rush you. Transformation is not a race. It is a gradual unfolding that respects your pace. Each insight arrives when you are able to carry it without becoming overwhelmed. That is why awareness grows slowly. It protects your balance while expanding your understanding. Beloved soul, you may already feel that life around you is becoming clearer. Situations that once felt confusing may now seem easier to interpret. Conversations that once left you uncertain may now feel straightforward. This clarity does not appear randomly. It is the result of reflection and patience combining over time. Archangel Michael says, allow yourself to stay present with this moment. You are not being asked to change everything instantly. You are simply being reminded to notice the strength that has quietly formed inside you. That strength will guide you gently into the next chapter of your life. Beloved soul, when you recognize your growth, something beautiful happens. The pressure you once felt begins to fade. Instead of worrying about what might happen next, you become curious about what you will discover next. Curiosity replaces fear. awareness replaces confusion. And calm confidence begins shaping the way you move forward. Archangel Michael says, the message meant for you today is simple. Your journey has already begun transforming you in meaningful ways. The more you remain present and attentive to your inner clarity, the more naturally your life will continue aligning with that growth. Archangel Michael says, beloved soul, once awareness begins awakening inside you, something remarkable starts happening quietly in the background of your life. Your perception begins to change. Situations that once felt overwhelming slowly begin to appear more manageable. Conversations that once left you confused begin to reveal clearer meaning. The same world is around you, yet the way you see it becomes different. This is not because the world suddenly changed overnight, but because your understanding has deepened. Growth often begins with perception before it becomes visible in circumstances. Archangel Michael says, many people move through life reacting to what happens around them, rarely pausing long enough to observe their own inner response. But you are beginning to notice something deeper. Instead of reacting immediately, you are learning to pause. That pause may last only a few seconds, yet it allows your mind to become calmer and your heart to remain steady. In that brief moment of stillness, clarity appears. The words you choose become more thoughtful. The decisions you make become more balanced. And gradually you realize that awareness itself is one of the greatest strengths you can carry. Beloved soul, awareness changes how you interpret your experiences. When something unexpected happens, your first instinct is no longer confusion or frustration. Asking quieter questions, what can I understand from this, or how can this guide me forward? These questions transform obstacles into lessons. They allow you to move forward with wisdom instead of resistance. Archangel Michael says, this stage of growth often feels subtle. You may not recognize it immediately because it does not arrive with dramatic signs. Yet if you look back carefully, you will notice that your thoughts have become more organized, your emotions more balanced, and your decisions more intentional. These are powerful signs that your inner awareness is strengthening. Beloved soul, as awareness grows, it naturally influences your daily life. You begin prioritizing what truly matters instead of what only seems urgent. You start noticing how certain habits affect your peace and how certain environments influence your energy. This recognition does not make you distant from life, it makes you more present within it. You become more attentive to your own needs while remaining compassionate toward others. Archangel Michael says, the beauty of awareness is that it creates space. Space between thoughts, space between reactions, space between expectations and reality. Within that space, wisdom grows. When wisdom grows, your actions become more deliberate and your path becomes clearer. Beloved soul, you may also find that patience begins replacing the urgency you once felt. There was a time when you believed every answer needed to arrive immediately. But now you understand that meaningful clarity develops gradually. Patience allows understanding to settle deeply rather than passing quickly. Archangel Michael says, the awareness you are developing will guide you gently toward choices that support your well-being. You will become more comfortable saying yes to what aligns with your growth and quietly stepping away from what disturbs your peace. This balance is not selfish, it is necessary. When your inner world remains balanced, you are better able to contribute positively to the lives of others. Beloved soul, as this awareness deepens, you will begin to notice small but meaningful improvements around you. Communication becomes smoother. Decisions become easier. Your confidence becomes more natural. These changes may seem small individually, yet together they create a powerful transformation. Archangel Michael says, remember that awareness is not something you achieve once and then forget. It is a practice that continues developing with each experience. Every reflection strengthens it. Every moment of patience deepens it. Every thoughtful decision reinforces it. Beloved soul, the message meant for you today continues unfolding because your heart is ready to understand more than before. The awareness forming within you is preparing you for the next stage of your journey, a stage where clarity will begin shaping not only your thoughts but also your circumstances. Archangel Michael says, remain calm, remain attentive, and remain patient with yourself. The awareness you are cultivating now will gradually illuminate the path ahead, step by step, moment by moment. Archangel Michael says, beloved soul, there comes a moment in every journey when the understanding you have been slowly developing begins to guide your actions more clearly than before. At first, awareness simply helps you observe your thoughts and emotions. But eventually it becomes something deeper. It becomes direction. You begin recognizing which paths feel aligned with your growth and which ones quietly pull you away from your peace. This recognition does not require loud signals or dramatic events. It often arrives as a quiet certainty within your heart. Archangel Michael says, you have already started noticing that certain choices feel lighter while others feel heavy. The lighter choices are not always the easiest ones, but they bring a sense of calm once you make them. The heavier choices may appear attractive at first, yet they leave a lingering sense of tension afterward. Your inner awareness is learning to recognize this difference. It is becoming your compass. Beloved soul, clarity does not mean that every detail of the future becomes visible all at once. Instead, clarity reveals the next step. That single step is often enough to begin moving forward with confidence. When you take one step aligned with your inner understanding, the next step gradually appears. Life rarely unfolds all at once, it unfolds through steady movement guided by awareness. Archangel Michael says, this stage of growth invites you to trust yourself more deeply than before. There was a time when you searched for answers everywhere outside yourself. Advice from others felt necessary. Opinions seemed powerful. Yet through reflection and experience you have begun discovering something important. The quiet wisdom within you is often the most reliable guide you have. Beloved soul, trusting your inner guidance does not mean ignoring the world around you. It simply means balancing external input with internal understanding. You listen to others with respect, but you also listen to your own intuition. When both perspectives align, decisions feel natural. When they do not align, awareness helps you pause and reconsider. Archangel Michael says, you may also begin noticing that patience feels easier during this stage. Instead of rushing toward immediate results, you allow situations to develop naturally. This patience protects your peace and strengthens your confidence. When you trust that clarity will arrive at the right moment, you no longer feel pressured to control every outcome. Beloved soul, clarity guiding your steps also changes how you approach challenges. Obstacles no longer appear as barriers that must stop you. Instead, they appear as signals encouraging you to adjust your direction or refine your approach. Each challenge carries information, and awareness helps you recognize that information without becoming overwhelmed. Archangel Michael says, another sign that clarity is guiding you is the way your priorities begin shifting. What once seemed urgent may no longer feel essential. What once felt insignificant may suddenly reveal deeper value. These shifts reflect the evolution of your perspective. Growth reshapes what matters most. Beloved soul, you may also find yourself drawn toward environments that support calm thinking and meaningful conversation. You become more comfortable stepping away from unnecessary noise. This is not isolation. It is intentional focus. When your surroundings support clarity, your mind remains steady and your decisions become stronger. Archangel Michael says, remember that clarity is not something that arrives once and stays unchanged forever. It grows as you grow. Each new experience adds another layer of understanding. Each reflection strengthens your awareness. Over time, these layers form a stable foundation that guides your life with quiet confidence. Beloved soul, the message meant for you today continues revealing itself through your growing clarity. You are learning to move forward with intention rather than confusion. You are discovering that calm awareness can guide even the most uncertain moments. And with each step you take, your confidence deepens. Archangel Michael says, trust the clarity that is forming within you. It is not rushing you. It is guiding you gently toward the life that aligns with your growth and your peace. Archangel Michael says, beloved soul, after awareness grows and clarity begins guiding your steps, something remarkable starts unfolding quietly around you. Life itself begins adjusting to the person you are becoming. This does not happen instantly, nor does it arrive with loud announcements. Instead, it appears through subtle alignments. Conversations begin to make more sense. Decisions become easier to make. Opportunities that once seemed distant slowly come closer. These shifts are signs that your inner growth is beginning to influence the world around you. Archangel Michael says, many people believe transformation must be dramatic to be real. They imagine that everything must change overnight in order for progress to feel meaningful. But true alignment rarely works that way. It develops gradually, almost gently, like the first light of morning spreading across the horizon. You may wake up one day and simply notice that your thoughts feel calmer. Situations that once confused you now feel manageable. Interactions that once drained your energy now feel easier to navigate. This is how alignment begins revealing itself. Beloved soul, when life starts aligning with your growth, you begin recognizing patterns that once went unnoticed. Certain events appear at just the right moment. Certain conversations arrive exactly when you need them. These moments may seem small, but together they create a sense that life is gradually guiding you towards something meaningful. This feeling does not come from external pressure. It comes from the quiet understanding that your inner awareness is influencing your path. Archangel Michael says, you may also notice that the way people respond to you begins to change. When your thoughts become clearer and your emotions become steadier, others naturally sense that calmness. Conversations become more respectful. Your words carry more influence. Even silence becomes more powerful because it reflects confidence rather than uncertainty. This shift is not about controlling others, it is about the presence you carry. Beloved soul, alignment also encourages you to release what no longer serves your growth. Certain habits may fade naturally. Certain distractions may lose their appeal. Situations that once demanded your attention may no longer feel important. This process is not about loss, it is about refinement. As your awareness grows, you naturally create space for experiences that reflect your new understanding. Archangel Michael says, the most beautiful part of alignment is that it reduces the pressure you once felt about the future. Instead of trying to force outcomes, you allow progress to unfold step by step. This does not mean you stop working toward your goals. It simply means your actions come from calm intention rather than anxious urgency. And when intention replaces urgency, your energy becomes focused and steady. Beloved soul, as life begins aligning with your growth, you may start noticing moments of quiet gratitude appearing in your day. Perhaps you pause during a conversation and realize how much you have learned. Perhaps you complete a task and recognize that it felt easier than before. These small moments are reminders that transformation is already happening. Archangel Michael says, continue nurturing the clarity you have developed. Protect your peace by remaining aware of your thoughts and actions. Each thoughtful decision strengthens the alignment unfolding around you. Over time, the small adjustments you make today will shape the larger opportunities you experience tomorrow. Beloved soul, the message meant for you today is not about urgency or pressure. It is about recognition. Recognition that your journey has already begun transforming you. Recognition that awareness is guiding your steps. Recognition that life is gradually aligning with the person you are becoming. Archangel Michael says, remain patient and attentive. When you move forward with calm awareness, life responds with meaningful opportunities. Your growth will continue shaping your path in ways that feel both surprising and deeply natural. If this message touched your heart, type Amen in the comments and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next message meant for you.